Today, someone left a comment on a 10-year-old video I made regarding inconsiderate cigarette smokers. Something I'm really happy about that has changed over the past decade or so is how vaping has replaced cigarettes in many cases. Now it's very rare to have people smoking cigarettes in the entrances to businesses. I rarely have to walk through a cloud of cigarette smoke anymore, which used to be so common just 10 years ago. It only takes a few seconds of being around cigarette smoke for it to cling to your clothing and hair. It used to be like, want to get groceries? Time to smell like cigarettes. Want to walk on the sidewalk through a busy part of the city? Time to smell like cigarettes. Want to go to the beach? Time to smell like cigarettes. Again, so many cigarette smokers were completely inconsiderate, and it was common to constantly see cigarette butts everywhere. The part that obviously bugged me the most was the smell, but there's also the health aspects to secondhand cigarette smoke. Now it's mostly people vaping. Sure, there are still occurrences of people smoking inconsiderately, but it's like a tenth of what it used to be. It's still to be expected at the entrances to clubs and taverns. I don't go to clubs or taverns anymore because I don't drink. But I was quite happy in 2005 when smoking was banned in indoor public places here in Washington state. It definitely had me going out a lot more to experience nightlife and taverns and doing karaoke. There are still clubs and taverns on Native American reservations where people can still smoke, like the Thunderbird on Waller Road or at casinos, but that's fine. Granted, now it's common to smell marijuana smoke in so many places. Not at entrances to buildings unless it's a club or a tavern, but it's common to smell it when walking through a parking lot, when waiting in traffic, when going to a beach, when walking on the sidewalk through a busy part of a city. And it's very common for people to reek of weed. I personally don't mind the smell of weed as compared to the smell of cigarettes. It also doesn't seem to cling to my clothing as much as cigarettes did, but maybe that's my imagination. But there are a lot of people who just absolutely can't stand the smell of it. There are people who hate that smell more than cigarettes. But it's so nice not to have to be around cigarette smoke as much when I'm out and about. It's definitely a positive change. There are still health issues around vaping, but not nearly as many as cigarettes. Personally, I think people should be able to vape in clubs and taverns, but it is what it is. Just saying.